You ever notice how a dog behaves when it knows what's expected? You see, when an owner is consistent, the dog listens. And when the owner is not consistent, well, you see, the same principles apply to government. Government doesn't just act, it changes its behavior based on what we allow. So, what happens when there's nobody there setting expectations anymore? Well, we have this present state of government. For 3 elections, the people stopped placing expectations. And the government changes their behavior based on what they think is a reward. Because you train an animal, you reward them for good behavior. So by voting for the government, you are voting and giving them the reward for their behavior. And they think that what they're doing is acceptable. And right now we have a government that his election campaign was, we will make Canada safer, we will make Canada more affordable, and it was all bullshit. And it wasn't just the present prime minister, it was the previous prime minister, not once, but twice, and then a third time. When you allow a problem to go on for years and years and years, and you don't address the problem, the behavior becomes permanent. You see, with every pack, there's an alpha. And Mark Carney could be that alpha. But who's the pack leader? They require a leader for guidance so they know what we expect of them. And I'll get into that in part 2. But right now we have a government that, after saying they're going to make Canada safer, they vote no on bail reform. It's okay to have rapists out on the street, repeat violent offenders on the street. This is what the trainer, the voters, allow. They think it's okay, so they continue. We have 4 bills that were voted no, and I'm still trying to process the concept of why. Why would you want rapists to be on the street, violent offenders to be on the street? Why should victims of violent crime have to testify year after year after year during bail hearings? What is happening with Canada's federal budget? Their spending is through the roof because nobody is telling them it's not acceptable. They get voted back in, so it's okay. What happens when we have not enough police, not enough border agents? What happens when unemployment goes through the roof? It's okay because the voters allowed it. They reward them. What happens when taxes are increasing? Oh, and you're going to say, oh, but you reduced tax 4.4%. But when you put all the carbon policy pricing into everything that you buy, you end up paying more. Don't you get it? Nice little 0.4% minimal cost to the government, but they make 10 times back overall. What happens when food prices skyrocket? They blame everybody else. They blame the other dog. But the voters allowed it. Nobody told them what was expected. Instead, they rewarded them. So what happens when the overall happiness of Canadians plummets? You can't tell me you're happier today than you were 12 years ago, 15 years ago. How many families are struggling? I'm struggling. How many individuals are struggling? You are struggling. And if you say you're not, then you are one of the lucky ones. Why? Because the pack leader is you, the voter. But because you weren't consistent, because you stopped caring, because of fear, or you just don't care, or you know what? This is why. It doesn't affect me. Until the dog bites or bites somebody else. Then it affects you. You are the pack leader. You set an example. You tell them what is expected. We have a government that is out of control, literally out of control, and nobody is stepping forward to hold anyone accountable. This is the state of Canada. The Canadian voters are supposed to be the leaders of the pack. They tell the alpha what to do. They work for us. Just like my dogs listen to me, I reward them and they're loyal. And eventually, I don't need the leash because there's a trust formed. So who are you? Are you a leader who wants to hold our government accountable? Or are you going to be the blind leader that thinks, it doesn't affect me until it does? Tell me what you think.